The sun rose over the golden plains of the Masai Mara in Kenya, casting long shadows across the savannah. A young lion named Kivu, bold and restless, roamed the land beyond his pride's usual territory. He was known among the rangers for his daring spirit, always chasing the horizon, curious about what lay beyond the familiar grasslands. That morning, Kivu spotted an old acacia tree standing tall along the riverbank. Its gnarled branches stretched out like a crooked skeleton against the sky. Drawn by the scent of something sweet wafting from the tree's hollow, Kivu padded closer, his powerful muscles moving fluidly beneath his tawny coat. His amber eyes glinted with curiosity. Kivu's claws dug into the rough bark as he climbed higher, eager for a better vantage point. Leaves rustled, branches groaned under his weight, and then came a sound that shattered the quiet morning. Crack! A massive beehive, hidden deep within the tree, splintered and crashed to the ground. A thick, syrupy mass of honeycomb exploded, releasing thousands of disturbed bees. The air filled with a low, angry hum, growing louder and louder. Before Kivu could react, the swarm engulfed him. The first stings felt like pinpricks. Then they became daggers. His ears flicked wildly, his skin twitched, and his roar, powerful enough to shake the savannah, erupted in pain. The bees were relentless, crawling into his fur, stinging his face, neck, and eyes. His vision blurred as he swiped desperately at the air. Blinded and burning, Kivu leapt from the tree. He hit the ground hard, his body twisting in pain. He rolled violently, trying to shake off the swarm, but the bees clung to him like a living shadow. His roars turned to whimpers as he staggered toward the river. If you want to send Kivu some strength to make it to the river, please like and comment #1 below. Miles away, in the park's monitoring station, a ranger named Elijah stared at screen. Kivu's GPS tracker hadn't moved in nearly 10 minutes. Unusual for the restless lion. Concern tightened in his chest. "We need to go now," Elijah said, grabbing his gear. His partner, a wildlife medic named Asha, nodded. They piled into the jeep, dust billowing behind them as they sped across the rugged terrain. When they found Kivu, Asha gasped, her breath catching in her throat, a wave of horror washing over her. The young lion was barely recognizable, a shadow of his former self, his body covered in a writhing, buzzing mass of black and gold. The once majestic creature was now a canvas of suffering, his fur matted with mud and the remnants of the hive, his breath coming in shallow gasps. Each inhale a struggle, and his once proud mane, a symbol of his youthful vigor, was lost beneath a living carpet of bees, their frantic movements a macabre dance of torment. "We can't approach him like this," Elijah said grimly, his voice laced with concern, the reality of the situation weighing heavily on him. "The bees will turn on us. They're in a defensive frenzy, and we'd be swarmed instantly." Asha's voice was steady, a testament to her years of experience, but her eyes betrayed her fear, a flicker of vulnerability in the face of such overwhelming odds. "We need smoke. It'll disorient the swarm, confuse their navigation, and give us a chance to intervene." They radioed for backup, their voices urgent, their words carrying the weight of Kivu's precarious existence. Within minutes, another team arrived, their arrival a beacon of hope in the desolate landscape, bringing with them smoke canisters, protective suits, and nets. They moved carefully, their movements deliberate, knowing one wrong move, one misplaced step, could cost them, and Kivu, everything. The air crackled with tension, a silent acknowledgement of the life hanging in the balance. Elijah ignited the first canister, the hiss of the fuse cutting through the tense silence. Thick, white smoke billowed, a swirling cloud of disorientation, drifting toward the swarm, enveloping Kivu in its hazy embrace. The bees reacted immediately, their flight pattern chaotic, their buzzing amplified into an angry roar, a symphony of distress as the smoke dulled their senses, disrupting their communication. Kivu groaned weakly, a low, guttural sound of pain, his body barely moving, his strength sapped by the relentless assault. Asha didn't wait. her resolve unwavering. She stepped forward, her suit rustling with each movement, the sound amplified in the stillness. One by one, she began brushing the dazed bees from Kivu's fur, her gloved hands moving gently but swiftly, each touch a delicate balance between urgency and care. The other rangers joined her, their movements synchronized, scooping handfuls of bees into containment boxes to relocate the swarm safely, removing the threat from Kivu's weakened form. It felt endless, a desperate, buzzing eternity, each moment stretching into an agonizing length. Sweat poured beneath their suits, their bodies drenched in the sweltering heat. The smoke stung their eyes, blurring their vision, and the low hum of wings never stopped, a constant reminder of the danger that surrounded them. Kivu's body shuddered weakly beneath them, his eyes glassy, his gaze unfocused, his life force ebbing away. "He's fading," Asha murmured, her voice laced with panic, the fear rising in her throat, a knot of dread tightening within her. "We're losing him. Just a little longer," Elijah urged, his voice tight with determination, his words a lifeline in the face of despair. Finally, the last of the bees were cleared, the air clearing, the buzzing subsiding, leaving behind a silence punctuated by Kivu's labored breathing. Kivu's body was a patchwork of swollen stings and raw skin, a testament to the brutal ordeal he had endured. His breathing was ragged and shallow, each breath a struggle against the encroaching darkness. Asha didn't hesitate. She drew a syringe from her kit, her hands steady despite the tremble in her heart, her movements precise. "Hang on, Kivu," she whispered, her voice a soothing balm, as she injected painkillers and anti-inflammatories, hoping to ease his suffering. Elijah knelt beside her, his eyes never leaving Kivu's face, his gaze unwavering, his presence a silent support. For a moment, nothing happened. The world felt too quiet, the silence a heavy weight, the tension palpable. Then Kivu's sides rose, a deep, shaky breath, a gasp of life against the silence. His tail twitched, a faint movement, a sign of returning strength. His ears flicked, a subtle response to the world around him. Relief crashed over the team like a wave, a collective sigh of release. Asha blinked hard, swallowing the lump in her throat, her eyes filled with tears of relief. Over the next hour, they worked to clean his wounds, applying soothing ointments to the worst of the swelling, their actions a testament to their unwavering dedication. Kivu stirred now and then, too weak to rise but alive, his presence a beacon of hope. Elijah placed a fresh cut of meat in front of him, hoping the smell would awaken his instincts, reignite his will to survive. It did. Slowly, Kivu lifted his head, his senses returning, his gaze focusing. He sniffed once, twice, then took a shaky bite, a tentative nibble, a sign of returning appetite. The team erupted in quiet cheers, exhausted but victorious, their efforts rewarded with the sight of Kivu's returning strength. When Kivu had eaten his fill, they carefully loaded him onto the rescue truck, their movements gentle, their touch respectful. Asha sat beside him, her hand resting lightly on his flank, feeling the faint but steady rise and fall of his breath, a rhythm of life against the silence of the journey. By sunset, they reached the edge of his pride's territory. Kivu stirred as the truck door opened, his head lifting slightly. He blinked, his amber eyes clearer now. He staggered to his feet, trembling but stood tall. The distant sound of lions calling echoed across the plains. Kivu's ears perked. He let out a low, rumbling roar, a call to his family. For the shadows of the trees, lions emerged one by one. His mother, her coat sleek and shining in the twilight, stepped forward. She let out a soft chuff, and Kivu responded with a weak, grateful nuzzle. The pride accepted him back without hesitation, surrounding him, their warmth and presence a silent comfort. He was home. Elijah and Asha watched from a distance, their hearts full. "He's a fighter," Elijah said softly. Asha smiled, wiping a tear from her cheek. "He's more than that. He's a survivor." As the sun dipped below the horizon, Kivu lay beside his mother, his head resting on her paw. His eyes drifted closed, safe, loved, and alive. And somewhere, deep within the acacia grove, a new hive buzzed softly, rebuilding. Kivu's story is a testament to resilience and the power of compassion. Against overwhelming odds, he fought, and with the help of dedicated rangers, he survived. Every life matters, and every rescue is a victory. If you were moved by Kivu's journey, please give this video a like and subscribe for more incredible wildlife stories. Your support helps us continue our mission to protect these magnificent creatures. Thank you for watching.